I think Jocund has got his groove on. Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at X-Transbots Master X Series Jocund. And again, this box is just outstanding. And, oh, I love these X-Transbots boxes. Not always the bots, but most times. Men make war to get attention. All killing is expression of self-hate. True. Maybe. I don't know. He comes with a little collector's card. Nicely done as usual. And, well, you have his specs there and his little bio. And those strange goggles I don't see him having, but yeah. You get a little pamphlet-y thing here that doesn't really tell you what to do. And there is no combine mode instructions. So I don't really know what to do. And we all know what I think of him. Right? Yeah. He comes with a little gun. A very, very cute little gun. Where can I get focused? There, I think. Very sparsely detailed, I would say. But still, a gun. And I know people like guns for some strange reason. You get two of these. And they are supposed to peg in to the sides. And they do in robot mode. They don't in vehicle mode, really. I'll show you why I say that later on. But they are really nicely detailed. And have a sheen on them that I really like. You have 3 extra heads. One with a really big chin. One with, well, normal face. And one with a really big nose. And the nose guy, this one, is the one that is on him when he is unpacked. Why can't I hold my hand still? So, for some reason you don't get faces this time. You get heads. Maybe because the faces on Fuzz was horrible. But yeah. The solution for these makes the head pop up when you turn it, so I don't think this is better, but they do look very good. And now we come to the main bot himself. And Jocund looks really, really, really nice. I'm a fan of Grooves since I was a little kid and I had Groove and nothing else. So I really, really like him. And this head sculpt is the one I like. And you can, of course, change them out by rotating the head, which will just pop it off. And you can bring in another head and just put it on, and there you are. So, X-Transbots! He looks really good with this little gold chest, gold crotch, kind of strange legs, or thighs, rather. But still, I like the wheels in here. And the feet look fairly groovy. The heels don't. They don't really work either. So, yeah. And you have some kibble here from the back tire, but that is okay. You have a very minuscule waist here. He's very skinny and thin and, well, as you can see, yeah. And before I show you articulation, I have to tell you, for full disclosure, that I have 2 things that I keep constantly gluing on him since transformations tend to break them off. This piece I just re-glued. I really hope it stays on for now. No, not that side. This side, I had to glue this on, which actually made my fingers all gluey. Because the tube that it was in just exploded, so I got super glue all over my fingers. But if you want things to look good, you have to sacrifice some things for the art, right? Or whatever. But for articulation, the head can rotate a bit without popping off. I don't think I need any more, so I'm quite pleased with that. It can look down a bit, it can look up a bit. The arm can do a 360 out to the side. You have a butterfly joint forward. You have a bicep rotation. You have... I don't want to pull that too much. You do have a double jointed elbow here, but yeah, it gets you about that much articulation. Maybe that is why this is so loose. Okay, the hands can be felled down, but that's more for transformation. You can rotate them, of course. You can open the fingers, they are molded together. You have an ab crunch and a waist swivel. You can do the whole full ab crunchy thingy there. The legs can kick up to there. He can't stand when he's doing that, but still. He can kick back to there. And out to the side, not even the splits, but who cares? You have a mold breaking, thigh swivel, and of course you have a knee bend there. And you have a really, really nicely sculpted filler piece here. It looks like it's actually going into that, so kudos to X-Transbots for this detail. It is a masterpiece of the masterpiece. But you don't have too much articulation in the knee, but, well, you can do it that much, I think. Just as well. The feet can tilt. They don't really go up and down. Why don't they? No, they don't. They can tilt to the side, but that's more for transformation. But this still works, and you can fold the toe down, and of course fold the useless heel down. Yeah. So that still works. My copy is very, very loose in the groin area, so due to the fact that this piece is quite heavy, he tends to just fold back. But, yeah. And if you want him standing sturdy, you have to spread his legs out. Speaking of spreading his legs out, let's bring these little leg cannons on, and you have a little peg there that goes into a port here, and you can actually feel the friction grabbing onto that, so that's good. That is very good indeed. And this is very reminiscent of the G1 toy, and I like that very much. You can, of course, bring in his little gun here. You have to angle it in, which is kind of annoying. And of course he can hold it, and he can shoot Decepticons to his heart's content. Now for comparison. Here he is with Generation Toy Groove. And I really, really like this design of him. This is a very fragile copy because it was painted in this, well, weathered paint. And that just made the plastic really thin. Unfortunately, it's been drying out, and now this actually is good, as it should. But, well, let's just say I will be reviewing him and the others later this year, and I will probably post the videos next year. Yes, I have so much to do. Of course, we bring in my go-to guy here. And this is just outstanding quality. He is good, but definitely not outstanding. There are a lot of loose things with him that actually bothers me to no end and back. Yoink. Yoink. And here you have Jocund in his alt mode, and he looks really nice. Nothing really stays where it should, but, well, you know, X-Transbots. But I do like the look of him. He is really, really nice. And I wouldn't recommend using these as a stand. I would rather hint at folding the correctly positioned hand out, like so, because that is just so much better. Let's take a look at him, shall we? Nice headlights here, and they actually have some Yes, they have some texture to them. It's like you know, iPad pen or something like that. Or at least a cheap version of them. You can fold this up and you can rotate this around. And I put one there. And you can see the hands here. And this hand is positioned the wrong way. I'm going to fix that, and then I'm going to push that up again. But I don't really mind this, to be quite frank. I think it looks fairly good. And the seat is really, really nice. I don't think anyone would have this wide of an arse to actually fill this out. But still. Police. And you have that little box where you can keep your food and stuff like that. And this is the back. And mine doesn't have this little piece for some reason. But the back looks really nice. And yeah, and you have 2 exhausts, of course. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lamps. So everything looks really, really nice. You can't really angle anything, except for these, of course. If you want to have your feet sticking in like that. I don't know, because I'm not a motorcycle guy. I don't know what these are for, except having your feet on, of course. And you can rotate this independent of this. And of course, you can fold this down, but that's more for transformation. And probably, I say probably because I don't know, probably combine mode. But you can get his little guns. You can, of course, put them on the same peg as they were before. But you have a dedicated port here, but it just falls off. This friction is just... I'm going to hold this very, very, very steady. It can hold, as you can see. But if I tilt it, it will fall off. But it looks good. That we can agree on, I think. It looks good. Yeah. This side tends to hold it a bit better. But still, with one, it doesn't really look anything, I think. So, I think the combine mode will be something like this. But since there are no instructions, I have no clue if that is correct or not. So, yeah. I'm going to fold this hand out so he can actually stand. I haven't found any port or things like that for the handgun to store in this mode. But, yeah. The only complaint with this mode is that this tends to go up. It really feels as if X-Transbots had made all these Protectobots with the combine mode in mind, because they are really sturdy in the combine mode. Well, I think this is the combine mode, as I said, but you know. So, yeah. Very nice indeed. I just wish you didn't have to pull things very hardly when you did transform him. It's kind of scary, to be quite frank. And I don't want to be Teo today, so I'm Frank today. And for comparison, the only thing I have in alt mode right now is their first aid. And they don't scale, of course, because the motorcycles never do. But they still look fairly good together. Both of them roll just as they should, so no complaints there at all. But my overall impression of Jocund in alt mode is without flaw. Just, I wish this stayed up, and I wish the guns stayed on on these little tabs. But as I said before, they don't. Otherwise, I'm happy with this alt mode. Now for my conclusion. I do like this bot, actually. I like it very much. The thing that drags it down, and the things that actually give it a, let's just say, worse score than it should have gotten, is the things breaking, and that you have to pull on stuff really, really hard during transformation, because I'm scared that I'll destroy everything every time I transform him, and that is not a good feeling. So, otherwise, he looks like my groove. He is really well done engineering-wise, otherwise. And it feels like the main part of the body will hold the test of time. I'm not sure. I'm not going to transform him too much. I'm just gonna get him into combine mode, and then that's it. But his masterpiece score is 6. So he's a bit better than their Fuzz, which was actually horrible. This can actually hold a pose somewhat. Do I recommend him? Well, if you like Groove, you will absolutely like this. But I don't know if I do recommend him as a single bot. But as a piece of the set, yes, of course. And I think that X-Transbots Defensor will probably look very, very nice. And I do look forward to combining them together. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching. As always,